Right now in Chester County, PennDOT traffic cameras show cars are
hour out of Chester County, where water rescues are underway.
Chester County, intense storms brought on fast floods, stranding drivers and sending trash cans and much more afloat.
Chester, a cathedral city located on the River Dee, attracts more than 6 million visitors from all over the world for vacations and sightseeing every year. As one of the UK's leading heritage conservation cities, the city has preserved several intact Roman ruins and city walls. Through the surveyed map display and interviews with locals, we found that the Dee River is indeed polluted. According to our research, pollution is caused by overflowing rainwater after heavy rains and an outdated sewage system. For example, during heavy rainfall, the sewage system cannot handle such a large amount of rainwater and flooding can occur, which can damage people's daily transportation and livelihoods and disrupt the natural landscape and ecological balance of the area. According to the Central Mine, part of the Chester will be submerged in 2030.
Chester comes from the word castra, which is the Roman for camp. So it's a major centre for the Roman history, and at one point Chester was bigger than Liverpool as a port. The sea and the river meet at Chester.
So, how might we provide local communities with the power and opportunities to increase their engagement in river conservation? Based on the local cultural activities, the environment of the River Dee, and the flooding problem, we designed an ecologic circle wetland system built on the Chester Meadow involving the participation of local communities. Named after the water names Naiad from the Greek mythology and Noah's Ark, our project Naiad's Ark aimed to reduce chronic flooding, increase local biodiversity, and raise flood awareness and involvement of local communities in flood prevention. Why did we choose Chester Meadow as a wetland site? Chester Meadow is surrounded by River Dee, and the moist soil environment is suitable for rays to grow. Chester Meadow is an undeveloped area and is a great place to connect people with the river, plants, and animals. Floating riverbeds are artificial or natural systems consisting of buoyancy and rays. The primary purpose of artificial floating riverbeds is to improve water quality through biofiltration, the secondary benefit of habitat provision. We collected rays from the river and wove small floating riverbeds and seed collection divers from ray leaves and roots, and placed the races in it. Reed has a very strong life. It is simple to grow. It can be grown by scattering the seeds by the wind, and the seeds will grow when they fall on the moist ground. About the Naiad's Ark survey system flow, from December to January, volunteers from the project will go to the local riverbeds such as Neston to collect races. Next, in January, volunteers will place races at the entrance to the dog walk route, where local residents can take them when walking their dogs or cycling. From January to March, the seeds will be spread by the wind, and the birds can also eat them and transmit them by their droppings. The race grow from March to June, and in March, the raybed race is advertised to local communities in conjunction with the raft race, where residents can harvest the rays and apply their creativity to design and construction of their own raybeds, which require the use of sustainable materials for floating raybeds. For example, they can design and build a raybed by dyeing it in the sun. In addition, they could create a hang seed collection device to be placed on the branches of the meadow. The raybed race will take place the day after the raft race on the 4th of July to select the best raybed that can float and clean water. In 3 to 5 years' time, Chester Meadow will be an ecological wetland created by the residents themselves, suitable for human and animal coexistence, serving as a flood control and biodiversity enhancement. The river carries the culture and emotions of the region, connecting places and times. We came to this city, Chester, not to just get required information, but to connect with people, to establish bonds and to try to help. During the interviews, in addition to speaking with the locals, we also use music and paintings as a medium to communicate. Seeing the memories of Chester's rivers and buildings drawn by the locals made us realize that the city's rivers are just like threads that weave the community together.
My name is Yue Liang, come from Service Design. I think Grand Challenge is a short project of 3 weeks. First, we will go to Chester to complete the research, and the weather there is not very good, so the whole process is full of challenges. I think the biggest problem is that after our research, we list a lot of problems, but we don't know how to start and where to start. The whole project seems to be stuck. Then we try to review all the materials we have and find a problem that we thought very valuable. So we start our project, and in this project I learned a lot, like to be patient and try be focused on the project even there are many problems there.
Hi, I'm Tu Meng Liu. My program is Global Innovation Design, and about the reflection, what I found the most interesting about this project was that we were able to go on a field trip rather than sitting at a desk to do the research. We were able to go and really communicate with the local people and get to know them. We used the different methods of the documentation, such as the 3D scanner, to digitally recreate the local heritage, which is a combination of the culture and the technology. And we also use the paper and pens to invite the locals to draw pictures and let them describe their impressions of the Chester. We also listened to the songs of the local resident singer, who used the unique language of the song to express his feelings about Chester. We wanted to feel a unique emotional connection between the local people, the river, and the Chester through the different forms of the communication.